Hey guys, what's up? It's Daniel at TrailerMountain.com, and today I'm testing and reviewing and unboxing the new iOgrapher. This just came in the mail. This is the new iOgrapher. I just recently got the 7 Plus a few months ago. I know, of course, like always, then they come out with the new one. I should have waited, but I was going on the John Muir Trail and I wanted a better camera for my phone, so that's the reason why I pulled the trigger on that instead of waiting. But I wanted to show you the new iOgrapher for the 6 Plus, 6S Plus, and the 7 Plus. It has a different design than the previous model, so I want to show this to you. So I'm going to unbox it, then I'll flip my camera around just so you can see what I'm doing, and I'll show you the features and benefits for using something like this. Alright, so here you go. Here's your iOgrapher. Now this is a really cool design, because what happens is you put your iPhone in this device and then you have these two handles on the sides where you can really make an image stabilization. It's great for people who are doing their own filmmaking, vloggers or anything like that, and they don't really have a good camera to use like a DSLR or mirrorless or something like that, but they have an iPhone. This is an awesome solution to make it happen. So I'm going to get this thing out of the box. I'm going to show you why this thing is cool, and you could determine whether or not you want to buy one of these based off my review. Now on the side of the box here, before I get it open, it says, recommended apps is Filmic, which is what I use, Adobe Premiere Clip, and Adobe Premiere Pro. These are all apps that you can buy. It is compatible with 37mm lenses, tripods, any lighting, microphones, and GoPros. So basically what that does is you connect everything that you need to the case. Your external mics, your lighting, everything, and then that all goes right to the tripod, so it keeps it all nice and steady. Alright, so here's your iOgrapher right here, and this has a new design. The older design, which is right here, has this the threaded rod that was all, or the threaded circle right here. That's where you would screw on your lenses. And I put some Velcro on mine, on my older one, just because that's where I would mount a external battery bank. But move this off to the side. Just wanted to show you the difference between the new one and the old one. The new one actually has no threads, but has this wide cutout for the new iPhone camera. Same design. It does have two cold shoe mounts, right here and right here, for lighting and or your mic, and a big wide cutout for your camera now for the newer cameras on the iPhone. The new design also comes with the lens clip. So here's your lens clip right here. Really strong stainless steel spring in there, and it has this like sticky rubber on the backside here and on the actual clip itself. You can kind of see it through there. It's a little shiny. So it's like this siliconized kind of sticky rubber that really has a good grip. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my phone out. Now I have the iPhone 7 Plus. This is it right here. And what you do is you basically just kind of slide this in here, just like so, and then you kind of just snap it in place. So now it's in place. It's not loose at all. It's nice and snug. It's not going to move anywhere. You have total access to the power button and the volume buttons, as well as the charging port on the bottom. And then what you do, basically, you get your clip and you put it over just like that, and that's what holds on to it. Now you can actually put the lens on first, or you can put this on first and then put the lens on after. Now what I'd like to do is I'm going to put the lens on first. The lenses are sold separately, but they're on iOgrapher's website, and this kind of screws in here. And the reason why I like this setup better is the last setup with the metal ring right here. If you didn't quite get the lens screwed in, this actually was the weak part, and I think that's the reason why they updated it, because this was getting stripped easily on several of the lenses that I tried. That being said, they went to this, which is way easier to replace this than it is to replace the whole case. So you don't need to crank this thing down, just snug is fine. And then what I would do is you could look, I'll move this out of the way, you could look directly through the lens and see where the iPhone needs to be, the iPhone camera needs to be rather. And then what you do, you turn on your phone, get your camera out, and if you notice that there's some kind of like in the corners there's like vignette, so it kind of cuts off on the corners. And you can move this around a little bit, but you know, you can kind of see that just on the, as I move this around. Let me do it with my left hand just so you can see it better. But once you get this thing all dialed in, you can see where the lens like kind of takes up a good portion of it. So the idea here is that you get your iPhone, the outer lens, pretty much dead center of the lens itself, and you're going to have a little vignette going on. That's just the way it is. But I want to try to center it as much as possible to try to minimize that. Now this is only in photo mode that you'll see that. You go into video mode, and it's completely gone. There's no vignette in any other corners, and this is the wide angle. Now what's cool about that is you have multiple options. This is the super high definition wide angle 0.45 wide angle lens, and then I can unscrew this, and there's also a macro lens on here as well. They also have the telephoto lens for this, so that's kind of cool also. But for me and just doing what I do, I just need just a wide angle lens. That's what I'm talking about with image stabilization. You can hold this thing and walk and have a nice steady image, video image while you're walking. It's nice. It's almost like a built-in gimbal. It's not as good as a gimbal, but it's pretty darn close. And then you can mount your other options up here, your light, your mic, and I'm going to do that right now. Alright, so I wanted to add an external mic. I have one right here. Just kind of screw that or slide that into the little cold shoe. Cinch that down, and now I have a full-on vlogging rig all dialed in and ready to go. This mic is not going to appear in the camera lens, so that's good, but it's really going to help increase the audio, as well as the wide angle lens is going to really help increase the video quality of whatever you're shooting. Now I also use the Nog Kudos for my vlogging light, because I like how small it is. So you could also attach this right here, and now you have your lighting and your mic set up, or you could put your light over here, your mic off to the side, whatever you want to do. It's kind of cool the way that's all dialed in and set up, and it just makes things super easy for you. Now another thing that I really like is that it has your standard tripod mount here. It also has these little feet on it, so you could just stand this up all by itself. And it also has another mount on the bottom here, and then you could also attach that to a tripod if you were doing this as like a portrait mode or for Periscope, Facebook Live or whatever. You could also attach a accessory here, and you could also attach another accessory. So that's kind of cool. More than likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more Velcro here and attach my battery bank to the outside, because that's really going to help me increase the battery power that I have when shooting video in the backcountry. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this thing outside, and then I'll do some walking around with it, you know, with just holding my camera, and then with the iOgrapher, and just show you the difference in the stabilization. Another thing that I like is I could also attach this to my Joby GorillaPod or any other, and I could use this as a full-on selfie stick or vlogging rig, but I also have a mini tripod just in case I need it, which is really great. I like the versatility when using something like this with just simple, you know, it's like you have the iPhone already, but all you need is something else to kind of attach it to. Alright, so I'm across the street from my house, and I just have the iPhone just in the iOgrapher with no lens on it, and I'm going to put the super wide angle lens on there right now. And you can see the difference when using a lens like this without it, with it. You can just see so much more. So huge difference there. I really like it. But if you don't want to use the lens and you just want to use the actual cage, that works too. Alright, so I'm across the street from my house, and I have the iOgrapher with me, and I have my external mic set up on the top of it. And there's just some, you know, there's a tennis court behind me and whatnot, but hopefully you can hear me just fine. It's a little windy day, but it's always windy here on the Central Coast, and I'm just holding on to the iOgrapher with the Joby GorillaPod, you know, kind of like as a selfie stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around with it, just holding the Joby GorillaPod, and then I'll flip it around and I'll just hold on to the iOgrapher, and I'll show you how well the video stabilization works when using it two-handed. So if you're like, you know, trail running or just walking on the trail, that kind of thing, and you know, you want some really nice image stabilization, but say you don't have enough money to go buy a gimbal, which are expensive, you know, they're coming down in price, but they're still, you know, a few $100 at least to start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it around and show you what we got. All Alright, so I'm walking around. I have the, I'm just holding onto the Joby Gorilla Pod. And there's some gopher holes, as you can tell. So it's a little uneven ground. But it's somewhat stable. Now I'm going to just grab onto the iOgrapher and just walk around the same kind of terrain, but I'm going to grab a hold of it with both hands. And ooh, big step down right there. It's like a hole in the ground. So, a little uneven ground around here, but you can tell the wide angle lens, you can see the curvature in the lens. But just the image stabilization alone, when just kind of walking around with something like this, is really great. So yeah, so that's that. iOgrapher is a great little tool for vloggers or anything like that, or if you can set it up on a tripod. So if you're starting a YouTube channel and you need something to get you going, but you don't have a lot of money, startup capital or anything like that, you can get an iOgrapher, get a couple of lenses and an inexpensive mic, some inexpensive lighting, and you're well on your way to having your YouTube channel become really, really successful. Because if you don't have audio, it's gonna suck. No one's gonna listen to it. You don't have lighting, no one can see it. They're gonna hit back. So all of that audio and lighting, it's key. So for me as a vlogger, and an outdoor gear tester, I'm always outdoors, I'm always shooting video, and I use my iPhone for just about everything. So this is a great tool, and I really like the iOgrapher. So if you guys have any questions or comments about the iOgrapher, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Make sure you leave those down in my comments section down below, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Also, too, please like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot when people subscribe to my channel and like what I have to say about the gear that I'm testing. Another thing is, if you want to buy one of these, make sure you click on that link down in my description box down below. It has a link, it takes you right to Amazon where you can buy this. When you click on that link, it takes you right to Amazon where you can buy the iOgrapher for yourself. And there's also accessories and all kinds of stuff that you can purchase. Now, when you use my link, it helps support my YouTube channel and my website. So I really appreciate all the help, love, and support you guys have shown me over the past couple years. Also, just one more thing I want to throw out there. I am not paid by iOgrapher. I do these reviews just as my own opinion and my opinion only. They don't pay me to tell me what to say to you guys. It's my opinion on what I think is good and what I don't think is good about these products that I test and review for you guys. So just so you know, I'm not paid by these companies. This is not a paid endorsement or anything like that. I pride myself and strive to give you the most honest and organic, non-biased reviews that I can. Thanks for all the support, and please keep checking back for more gear reviews, outdoor-related hodgepodge, tech and camera reviews, gear talk, and giveaways. Take care, guys. Get outdoors.